Hello. The structure behind me is called ARTIC, Anaheim Regional Transportation Intermodular Center. Intermodular means there are different modes of transportation come to this transportation hub at the same time. There are buses and Amtrak, but the idea behind this project is that one day high-speed train would come here as well, and people will be able to travel from San Francisco, Bay Area, and Las Vegas and get to this place in just a few hours. This area called Golden Triangular. Right on one side we have a Honda Center. Behind me is Angel Stadium, and the third famous place here is Disneyland, where people from all over the world would like to come and visit. And idea was that it would be much easier for people to come, travel, stay here for a day, and come back to San Francisco or Las Vegas or other areas within California. This project is very personal to me because some years ago I was an employee at HOK, and I was on the team of architects who designed and put together construction documents for this project. And today I'm going to share some of memories and show you, tell you some details about how this building came together. This project was built over 10 years ago, and at that time, delivery method most commonly used in construction was design, bid, build. That means first, as an architect, you design the project, then you permit it with the city, and then it goes on public bid where the different general contractors can compete. And the one who is the lowest bidder would be the winner and would build the project. Our team designed the project. Originally it was much larger, and it went on public bid, and the price was so high. So City of Anaheim said, there is no way. You have to redesign it, make it smaller, make it more cost effective, and we cannot build it at the current price. Our team, we had to work crazy hours. We worked 7 days a week, probably 10-13 hours a day to make this project a little smaller, and we did it, and it went on bid again, and we got very lucky that Clark Construction, they won as the lowest bidder, and I believe they did a very good job building it and bringing this project to life. This shape feels like an organic form, but you'd be surprised that it is not. It is a perfect bagel, just the same bagel you might get for breakfast on Saturday morning. But it's just a little segment of the bagel that enlarged so much and decided to build it into the train station. And original design was even larger, and we thought that roof will be all glass. But when we tried to work with engineer to actually try to build it out of glass, we realized it's too large and it's too heavy. So the decision was to move from glass to a product called ETFE. Essentially, it's a pillow with a gas constantly supplied inside the pillow so it doesn't deflate. So there is a gas in this pipe, and it's attached to pillar in multiple locations, supplying it so it doesn't get flattened, and it's like beautiful, like you can see it. These pipes are the main structure for the building, but this is not your traditional HSS steel, because that steel usually maybe 10, 12, 20 feet long, and we needed pipes that can stretch all the way across. In order to get the pipes that long, we had to use the pipes that used to drill oil. Originally, we specified 16-inch diameter pipes, and when we realized that the building is too expensive and we need to size it, make it a little smaller, one of the ideas we used to go from 16 to 14-inch pipe, and that really helped with the price. But in addition, we wanted, as architects, for project to be perfect and for all the segments, you see all the welds, to be architectural exposed structural steel, which is weld that's very perfectly connected. And it appeared to be very expensive. One of the main ways to value engineer and reduce the price was that we changed it and we specified this perfect weld only up to 20 feet. And above 20 feet, it's just structural weld. So for all architects watching, if you need to value engineer and you reduce your price, be very careful specifying architecturally exposed structural steel because it's extremely expensive to deliver. This space designed for passive ventilation with a little bit supplemented fresh air. And the way it's done, there are louvers up on top, over here, as well as over there at the back, and the air can free flow through the station. To adjust for temperature in the hottest and coolest days of the year, this floor terrazzo, but underneath its terrazzo is top slab, which is a concrete slab that's just designed for temperature. And there is a water pipes, cold and hot water pipes, all the way through this floor. And then there is another structural slab underneath. So the thermal differential can be so large in the hottest and coldest days. So the movement can be up to 1 inch. That's why on the perimeter, you see this very large aluminum base. It's not designed for the curtain wall. It's designed specifically to cover for expansion and contraction gap in the perimeter, because the topping slab is only attached to the structure all the way in the middle around this vertical circulation core, and on the perimeter it's completely detached from the building. Another interesting feature is the lights, and you see the lights and the other circles. The circles between the lights are actually the air supply, additional cooling or heating air supply and fresh air supply to the space. And you also get the same air supply on this other side. And all the way through the design, we were assuming that that would be sufficient to make a comfortable space for travelers all the way through the year. But half through 90% construction documents, we realized that's not the case, and some waiting areas will be heated and cooled too much, and we need some additional air supply. I will show you where these areas are. Follow me. Originally, this train station was designed for high-speed rail, but rail is not here yet. It's supposed to take passengers from Sacramento, San Francisco and Bay Area, as well as Las Vegas, and bring here for the game in Angel Stadium or Honda Center, or take children to the Disneyland Resort. But the train is not here yet. So all the spaces were designed to have beautiful restaurants and people queuing, waiting for the train to take them back or waiting to go to see a game. But because there is no train, there is no people, and the station is pretty empty, waiting for its time to come. Hopefully it will. Right now, we're here on the 3rd level of the ARTIC station, and original design was assuming that those air supplies up on top would be sufficient to cool people to reasonable temperature. But halfway through 90% construction documents, we realized that the temperature in the hottest day of the summer could reach 100 degrees, and it's not really usable for people as a waiting space. You just won't be able to sit and wait here. And we need additional air supply. And the difficulty was we didn't want to enclose this room, enclose this area. We wanted to be open space, and yet we needed to bring some fresh, cool air to these people sitting over here. And we really went back to the drafting board, threw a lot of ideas, and guess what our solution was? First, we did air supply grills over here, so there is a duct work underneath the floor supplying cool air through this grill. But our concern was if the air just comes through, it would go all the way up and it wouldn't reach these passengers. So to force air to turn and go this way, we built this beautiful canopy, like a little glass ceiling, so that would make air circulation be directed towards the people sitting over there. And so we don't have to build enclosure and keep this beautiful space. That was our solution, but it took quite a few weeks of struggle to come to this. Right now it's pretty hot outside, but it's very comfortable here, so I think our team did a good job. This niche looks kind of like an afterthought, like a strange place to be. Guess what it is? Of course, that's another area dedicated to when this place is going to be full and packed with people. It's supposed to be vending machines and newspaper stand and maybe snack and perhaps some other area with amenities for people. But until the high-speed train comes, this will just be empty waiting. Right behind us over there, you can see equipment to clean the station because, of course, with this complex shape, we had to think how to access it from below and from above to be able to clean. And I am standing on this joint. This is called expansion joint. That separates the structure from the bridge, which is completely independent. In case of earthquake, they can move separately from each other. And of course, this plate is also part of the expansion joint, completing the separation while providing safety for passengers. Originally, we wanted this bridge to be open to the sky so people can enjoy outdoor space. But the city of Anaheim really wanted to prefer comfort for the passengers, and they wanted to make sure during the rainy day or during very sunny day there is a protection, and asked us to build this roof. And so we did. In order to remove the water from the space, we wanted to make sure that it's a comfortable path of travel. So you would see the middle of this bridge is the highest point, the ridge, and the water, if it gets in the space, it would flow towards the end. To remove the water from the roof, we added these downspouts that connect to the gutter that was already designed. That's why this top rail is so massive, keeping people away from the edge, while the gutter on the other side collecting the water. Kind of in a high-end, complex design that allows your walkway to be completely flat and don't have any local drains. It appears like it's just meant to be this way. But in reality, a lot of hard work went into creating this appeal. The railing is just a quad minimum by height, and we also wanted to make this wide guardrail so people don't come too close to the edge. And we believe this is a nice protection. But again, City of Anaheim wanted additional protection to the people, especially as they embarking on the train or they walking above the railroad. And for that, they asked us to increase the height of this rail significantly. And even it was hard for us to do because we would have to, in a way, compromise the aesthetics. I believe we found a good compromise, but raising the rail higher, but creating this nice steel mesh that protects the people and still keeps elegant appeal to the entire structure. This elevator was supposed to be this light glass structure that almost floats, effortlessly supporting the bridge. But we have hard time getting approval from the city because to meet the California building code, you are not allowed to have any horizontals inside the elevator shaft. And in order to have these very small joints on the outside, we have to push all the structure on the inside. And at the end of the day, we ended up putting a second layer of glass, angle like that, and you can see the angle over there through. So that allowed us to put the structural steel on the inside of the shaft and build this beautiful glass enclosure with very small mullions on the outside. Let's take another look at our favorite train station. From this point, it really looks like a little cocoon, like a piece of bagel, and it looks very nice. I think it's okay piece of architecture for Southern California. And right now, this is an Amtrak station, Amtrak train station. You can actually come here by train from downtown Los Angeles Union Station or from San Diego and go to see Angels Stadium game or Honda Center or go to maybe Disneyland. But the hope is, the big hope for us is that there will be high-speed train here, and you could also travel from Sacramento and from San Francisco and from Las Vegas and come here on a high-speed train, transition over the bridge and go through the station to all these beautiful venues, and we're hoping that the train will come soon. Thank you.